Hello, everybody. Now, it's a little dark in my room, so I have a really bright light facing me. But I have a quote for everybody before we get into today's video. If you see someone without a smile, give them yours. By Dolly Parton. That's a really good quote. Wow, I really like that. Give someone a reason to smile, you know? Like, I don't know. That's a good quote. I like it. Alright. Well, for those who don't know, I've been absolutely grinding these Henry Stickmin games, right? Like the series of them and grinding out these videos, pretty much milking them out. I've made, I think, 16 videos of them. This would be 17. Here's the thing. I really like these games, and I think they have a lot of value in my life, in my heart, really. Maybe it's the wrong choice of words. I have a lot of value for these games, right? I mean, Henry Stickmin escaping the prison. I grew up in that game. That was probably one of my favorite games when I was younger, to the point where I probably memorized that completely. And I think I slowly replaying these games. It kind of started bringing that mindset back. That's interesting. Like games like that, it's just such a simple idea for a game, but it kept going, and it started making new things. Especially when they started referencing other things throughout the first 5 games. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's really cool. Oh, that's that. Whenever they revamped them, they did change some of the references a little bit, but it's still the same reference. They just kind of changed what it was and how it looked and stuff, but it was the same reference. These games got so big with the last part of this saga started referencing other Henry Stickmin games. I mean, the teleporter for one is I think the best option, like the best example. You know, that's a game that's appeared in every Henry Stickmin game. Even the crossing the bridge game, they had that thing as one of the levels here, right? That's pretty cool. But the teleporter, even in that game, that's always been a thing. You know, people said the teleporter has like a memory thing where every time you use the teleport, you have memories of every past other version of you that's used it and died. So he's held this, and he instantly remembered all of his other versions of him that died when he was going to use it. So he smashed it on the ground and it's like teleporting all over the place. And I'm like, see, that's cool. And then it worked, you know. Trying to think of all the examples, but I think that's the best one. And these games have, you know, they're good. I really enjoy them. They're fun. They're unique. You know, I mean, this premise is simple, but eventually became such a unique thing. You're a stickman breaking into a bank. That's your thing. That's the prologue. That's not even the most. That's definitely not the most popular. The most popular game that I brought everybody into these games usually was, I think, escaping the prison. I think that the one I fell into, that was that. Sometimes people, it was other games and stuff like that, but that's usually the first one people play, or the one that's played the most. And I think completing the mission brought everyone back to it. And it's been a while since I've been milking these out now. I don't know how long. Whenever that first video came out. But I was so excited to play this. And I am. I'm happy this is a game I have now. You know? Maybe I don't have every achievement for the game, which maybe I'll come back to that on a later date and get all those bios done. Maybe I'll do like a live stream, really like a day where I'm like, I have nothing. I'm gonna do a live stream and we're gonna get every one of those bios. Maybe not go over them all, but I wanna finish that game. But as of right now, I'm done. Of the actual just videos of it, I think this is it. This was the final one. And I want to say thank you to Innersloth for making such a good game series. Because they made Among Us 2, which is another crazy popular game. And obviously, again, the last Henry Stickmin game, they were referencing Among Us. And Among Us references Henry Stickmin. The airship is the best example. I think there's pets you can get that's Henry and Ellie, which is another good example. Henry Stickmin also had that mask that you can get as one of the masks in Among Us. So just like that, and they're able to just get away with all the references they have too, and I think it's cool. Like, I wish other things were able to do that the way this did. Is there going to be another Henry Stickmin game? Kind of hope not. 'Cause I think in one of the paths, spoilers for completing the mission if you haven't seen it. If you haven't like played through the entire game or whatever, or watched people play it or whatever, spoilers. In one of the paths, Henry Stickmin dies. Um, he dies, and that's kind of crazy. Like if they make another one, how would they get away with that? They've it's either the government, the wall's like gone pretty much, and in almost everyone. Of some of the other ones, he kind of just escapes and that's it, and just ignores them. But some of them, the Top Hat clan is gone. You know, they're dead or they're probably gonna die or whatever. They're arrested or whatever it is, or the government. They got away from the government, and there's so many different things. But usually, in a lot of them, it's like, well, you have what makes you happy now. You know, in this timeline, the way we're following it, he's happy. Again, that's a good ending, and pretty much all of them have a good ending for that timeline. Except when he dies in multiple of them. Because even in Revenged, yeah, he died, but like he took down the Top Hat clan. You know, like that was a thing that happened. He destroyed them and then sacrificed himself to do so just to get his revenge, as the name of the thing. And that is probably my favorite path and ending. Something like that really brings that full circle. Because I remember playing Fleeing the Complex when I was younger, and I remember that specific thing. Because I don't remember I mentioned it when I was playing the games, but I remember seeing it. I'm like, oh, I remember this one. I know what's about to happen, and and it was cool to have like a redemption, like a full circle with that. Because ever since that came out, and I played that for the first time, it was like I don't know, shocking. Like, did they just kill him? And I thought that was gonna be the last Henry Stickmin game, and yet they can't pull that again. They already did that once. Because I think they reference, oh, so I guess he won't be in Henry 7 or whatever. But I'm like, well, I don't think they're ever gonna make that, and I hope they don't. Intersoft is, I mean, the two biggest games they've made was Henry Stickmin and Among Us. Among Us is probably the biggest. Um, Kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, my point is, Intersoft did a good job. They did a great job. Why is that? Whatever. Hey guys, want something cool? Hey. sorry, I'm getting distracted, but let me just go through this real quick. I'll show you guys after when I'm done with this video. But I don't actually know if I have much more to say, except thank you for this opportunity to play your games. I mean, I grew up with this. I remember playing Escaping the Prison for the first time, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. You know, like I thought that was awesome, and it was awesome. It was amazing. It was amazing. And thank you so much for this opportunity. And that is probably going to wrap up this video. Now, real quickly. So here's my white screen. I don't know if you guys can see. You can't see my mouse. But I click the corner and I can just choose the colors. I'll keep it on white. But yeah, that's what that was. I was just messing around with the colors. Yeah. Well, with that said, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, please. Because I know you find me enjoyable. And I barely post. And, you want to know when I'm updated, when I post, right? Well, that said, say pals. And thank you.